real, seek help, end the stigma. On the news this afternoon, NNPC clarifies Old Port Harcourt refinery working at 90%. Police crack down child trafficking syndicate in Rivers State. Human rights group slams Rivers community for parading woman naked. And on the foreign scene, China sentences journalists to jail on spy charges. My name is Jude Omamegbe, and this is the news.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Good afternoon. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has clarified that the newly activated 60,000 barrels per day Old Port Harcourt refinery is currently working at 90% capacity and not 70% as stated by the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria and Petron. Petron on Thursday said the refinery is currently operating at 70% of its installed capacity, with plans to ramp it up to 90%. However, a statement signed by NNPCL's spokesperson Olufemi Soneye today said although the nameplate of the refinery is 60,000 barrels of oil per day, it is now functioning at 90% capacity. He said the refinery is currently producing at 90% throughout, which translates to straight-run gasoline known as naphtha, blended into 1.4 million liters of petrol, aside from other products like diesel and kerosene. He said that the old and new Port Harcourt refineries have since been integrated with one single terminal for product loadout. They share common utilities like power and storage tanks. Away from that, the Rivers State Police Command says it has cracked down on the child trafficking syndicate and arrested a woman, Esther Anthony, who allegedly stole Chi community. The spokesperson of the command, Grace, reminded the house suspicious of Esther Anthony's activities and refused to let her check out with the children, demanding that the mother be present. The statement said preliminary investigations revealed that Esther Anthony conspired with someone named Favor to traffic the children from the Swahili community in Bayelsa State. She said another suspect, Purity Silas, was also arrested in connection with the case. The statement also said that Esther Anthony was identified by another family as the same person who had stolen 3 of their children in the room of Port Harcourt and to Loveth. The statement further said all suspects have confessed to the crime and the case has been transferred to State CID Port Harcourt. She said they will be charged to court upon completion of the investigation. Moving on, the traditional institution and leadership of Emo community in Aboa Odua local government area of Rivers State have been criticized for allowing some community members strip and parade a woman naked in the community. Videos shared with our correspondent showed a middle-aged woman being held by another woman with her hands tied with a rope while being paraded by a small group for alleged stealing. Condemning this, the Rivers State Response Team on Violence Against Women and Children said the act violates the Rivers State Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law 2020 and the Dehumanizing and Harmful Traditional Practice Abolition Law 2003. Coordinator of the group, Tombari Dumka Kote, spoke on this.
We are indeed disappointed in Ebo community and its leadership for allowing its youth and women parade one queen whose nude video is now trending online over just 2 bunch of plantain. It is a caik, and irrespective of whatever crime they will claim she must have committed, if at all, it is barbaric for them to have subjected her to that level of inhuman treatment. Parading her nude around the community, knocking guns and having people flog her around is unacceptable.
Mr. Duka Kote, while addressing a meeting of survivors of gender-based violence in Port Harcourt as part of activities to mark the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, regretted the level of destruction the community has caused the lady and her family. He vowed that the state response team will take legal action on her behalf.
We do not want this to repeat anymore anywhere in or around our state. All those involved should by this time begin to submit themselves to the security agents, because if they do not, we are going to come after them. We will make sure that the law takes its full course. The community leaders also have questions to answer, and they will not be spared in this. As a response team, we will be providing basic social and psychological support to assist this young woman recover from the trauma.
The theme for this year's 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence is Unite to End Violence Against Women and Girls. It started on Monday and will said this while addressing the people of Ozoa and Ipo communities in the area. The Queer Council boss promised to renovate the palace of the Nyeweli, Ozoa, and the reconstruction of the health center in Ipo community.
I have not only commenced work in that hospital, but I will put that hospital to the standard that whoever that goes there will see the measurement of that hospital. Ikwere is blessed with all manner of potentials. Before I started this, we have a style. Before we do something, we would have commenced it. We have a son who is an expert in this field. When I saw the condition of that hospital, I consulted him. I did not only commence the process of preparing that hospital, but I have engaged the services of that doctor to ensure that that hospital is put to the highest standard.
Earlier in their remarks, the community leaders Chamberlain Woji and Theophilus Benton appealed to the government to address the illegal activities of herdsmen in the area.
Men are being chased out of the farm. They can no longer go to the farm. The quantity of produce or farm produce has drastically reduced in Ipo community. There are women from river.
Because of airport community, we have been back from erecting any form of mask. But we have done some kind of studies and find out that there are some areas we can still put masks. So we are also begging that the government of almost all the level to see what they can do to make us, the Ipo community, to communicate to other communities.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the Echie local government area, Uzodinma Nwafor, has directed all tippers operating within roads in the area and those loading sand to stop operations from Sunday, 1st of December 2024. Dr. Nwafor, in a letter signed by his chief of staff, Jude Njoku, also invited all tipper operators for a crucial meeting at the council secretariat Okehi on Monday, 2nd of December 2024 by 10 a.m. He said the meeting is to interface and discuss operations and commercial activities within the local government area. He said the directive is compulsory for all tipper drivers, as any defaulter of the directive shall be banned indefinitely. Well, still to come, boat carrying over 200 passengers capsizes in Niger State. Stay tuned.
Thrive in a fast-changing